Yeah, excited to be on the court with these guys working, and excited to keep improving on a day-to-day basis.
Tell me about April as a coach. You get to where you might have 3 or 4 guys on your roster because of the portal. Within a month, you've got a whole new team. Is that exhilarating, frustrating, exciting, all those things?
College basketball's changed. It's changed in significant ways over the last 3 or 4 years, and one of the things that's changed significantly is the spring, is the period after the season ends. It's just a completely different time period than it was 3 or 4 years ago. For us, it's not about evaluating what it is or what it's not. It's about figuring out how to win that period in time. I thought our staff did an excellent job of identifying the right types of players to put a roster together and recruiting those players and finding a way to piece it together, not just get talent in Big 12 talent, but to piece together a group that makes sense on paper. And then now the fun part for coaching is getting them out here together and making that all come to life. There's ways to play back to the basket, not just to throw it to score it, but to play offense from a back to the basket situation. And you look at multiple guys on this roster that can catch it back to the basket or catch it in the post area, and that we can score it or play offense from that spot on the floor. There's multiple guys that can play in pick and roll action or dribble handoff action, or what we would call like on-ball screening action, and not just with the ball, but there's rolling threats, there's popping threats, and then there's decision making. And so I think there's multiple guys you can do stuff like that with, and then there's some guys that you can screen off the ball for that create a lot of attention because of their ability to shoot and their ability to make decisions in those areas. And then some screeners, right? Some good size and guys that know how to play and shape up off of a screen. So there's a lot of different areas you could go offensively with this group. It's not limited. We call Sincere Buck, so you guys will get used to that. He's a terrific competitor. I think he was the only player in the Big 12 that was selected to the all-defensive team last year that was a perimeter player. So I think all the other guys were front court players, and I think he's one of the elite defensive players and elite competitors of all of college basketball at any position. And that wasn't just something we saw on tape, it was something we experienced live. And the way that he impacted the guys that he defended and impacted defensive possessions in our game was different than anybody else we faced last year. And so he's a young man from Canton, Ohio, so that's neat to have some local roots. We recruited him in high school, and so there was some relationship there. And beyond that, I think he represents not just the defensive side, but some of the competitive edge and the fire that I think we all value and resonate, here at Cincinnati. I think with Mustafa, I think the ability, the raw ability, the raw talent is at a very, very high level. And I mean this with the greatest amount of respect. He's not even close to what he's capable of being as a player. I think it's our job as a staff and my job as the head coach to maximize what he can do in a short period of time. So I've told him this. I'm going to be very demanding of him. I'm going to coach him extremely hard, and that's the greatest respect I could give a young player. We felt like he connected the roster in a lot of ways. In the sense that he can play multiple positions, he can defend multiple positions, he can do multiple things offensively. So just the lineup versatility that you could have with him. Well, I have great expectations. I'm not tempering expectations. I have great expectations for both of them. I mean, you're talking about guys we recruited over a long period of time that we signed in the early period. There's expectations. And I think that the first thing that Sean and Keyshawn would say is they want those expectations. What I've been really, and this is today, and if it doesn't continue, it doesn't matter what I say, but today, you wouldn't know that Sean was a McDonald's All-American, or he was the 500th ranked player in the class because of the way he walked through the door. He's walked in humble. He's been one of our hardest working players outside of practice, if not the hardest working player in the extra time. And I've been very impressed with somebody in his position, with his approach to date. And that has to continue, but I'd echo the exact same thing about Keyshawn Tillery. Humble, confident.
When they told me I had an extra year, I was kind of excited because, I didn't have my best year last year, so I was just excited, just ready to, meet the new players that, came here, just focus on the next year, just getting better, be the leader I need to be for the team. But yeah, no, I love Keyshawn, he's a dog on the court. He want to win, he want to play, so his work ethic is on another level. Most freshmen I done seen it doesn't work like Keyshawn do. He put the work in, and it's gonna pay off.
I've always liked Coach Wes, his staff, the way he plays. It's very gritty, nasty, and I consider myself as a tough guy.
Describe the big slime Jalen Haynes to us.
I would say he's pretty versatile too. His ability to pass is above average. We're above average. I feel like he sees the game really well. And also, I don't know how much he weighs, but he's a force in the post. So for me, I'm having a hard time guarding him sometimes, but I take the challenge, and I guess he has a hard time guarding me too. So I think it's really good for us this summer to get used to playing against different type of guys that we're not used to playing against. But Big Slime's gonna be really good, I think.
I played here when I was at West Virginia. It was last game of the season. We weren't very good in terms of the standings. We were the bottom teams. And when we came here, this place was rocking. It was jumping. And we were holy cow. Because when we traveled around, we weren't the team that, when we go in town, that the other team is going to sell out their home crowd. We usually, that year, we got the poor crowd. But when we came here, it felt like we were number 10 team in the country. It's a top 10 matchup. So ever since that, I really realized how special this community here is and how much the fans care about their basketball here. But obviously, Hugs is my guy. I'm a big fan of Hugs. I obviously committed to play for Hugs in West V. And that also kind of helped me with the decision, that knowing that what Hugs had done here in the past is that's when you know that it's a really special community.